Can you guys hear me now? Let me know. Can you hear me? Because I can't tell if you can hear me or not. Let me know if it's still no sound. Let me know. Can you hear me now? I switched over. Still no sound. All righty. Wonder what's going on. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let me know if you hear me now. No sound for me either. Let me know if you guys hear me. Unfortunately, this does not have a um, a tester, which is what I'm used to. I'm used to a tester so I can test on my own whether or not the sound is working. So can you hear me? I'm talking. You all can hear me now? Okay, I can hear you now. Perfect. Thank you. I don't know. Unfortunately, this I have sound. This camera that I'm using is not like my other camera. Well, no, it's not the camera. It's actually Restream does not allow me to test prior to coming on whether or not my sound is working. Obviously, it lets me know whether or not my video is working, but not sound, which is weird. So I never know whether or not you guys can hear me or not unless you tell me. So I think next week I'm going to just hook up a separate mic where I know for sure that I can test it so we can hear instead of relying totally on the camera. So thank you guys for letting me know. So again, I'm going to say hello to everybody. Thank you for stopping by. This is Shirley's Threadwork, and today is Wind Down Tuesday. So I want to say hello to everybody out in YouTube land, everybody out in Facebook land, and also to everybody that will be watching the replay. I do appreciate it and thank you so much. And I did see Angela put up um, hit the like button already. So you guys know the drill. Go ahead. If you like seeing me every Tuesday night, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, all of that so we can make sure that I am able to stay on here. So Cindy said, remember the fix. Well, hopefully it'll stay fixed and it doesn't hop off. I think I was tinkering with it some kind of way, obviously. I don't know what happened, but hopefully this is not going to happen again. But I will see about just hooking up another. I do have some more mics and stuff that I probably should just hook up anyway. But anyway, I'm so glad that you guys can hear me. So let me see who all is in the chat right now that I can say hello to. Angela, hi. Robin, Jenny, Cindy, who else? Becky, Soul Pearl, Creation. And I think I saw who else? Leslie. Who else did I see in here? That Carol, how you doing? So good, 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 good. We got people in here and you guys can hear me and all of that that's going on. So I am happy to see that. And I'm sure more people will be dropping in. So some people may have dropped off because they couldn't hear me, but hopefully they'll come back when they realize that I got the sound fixed and all of that stuff. So we'll move on from that and get started on tonight's presentation. And before I do that, I wanted to tell you guys, and the person that actually mentioned that she was interested in um, this exhibit or this expo that is going to be occurring in Biloxi, Mississippi, I don't see her on here right now, but it registration has opened. If anybody is interested in going to the Everything Embroidery Market, registration is now open. So you guys look them up. It's www.eemshows.com. That's, I'm going to go, well, I think I have I don't know, do I have a little thing that goes across? This is a different captions. Do I have a ticker tape? Welcome to my stream. I got a ticker here. Maybe I can, yeah, I got a ticker. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and put in here the address www.eemshows.com. www.eemshows.com. And then I'm going to go ahead and there it is. Okay. So, if anybody's interested in going to the Everything Embroidery Market in Biloxi, Mississippi, there's information in case you are interested in it. It's October the 1st through the 3rd at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum and Convention Center in Biloxi, Mississippi. And it says classes will fill up and spots are limited, so don't wait. Register now, secure your place. We can't wait to see you there. And I have to tell you, I am very interested in going. I just don't want to go alone. So if anybody may be thinking about going, if you can hit me up, let me know because we can even plan to meet out there. I will go ahead and register to go because I am interested in going. It is the only almost 100% embroidery expo, and it's going to be tons of vendors and classes and all of that stuff that's going to be there. The registration is not very expensive. The classes aren't that expensive. And I have to tell you, this is, I think I showed this to you guys before, but this is the listing. And I got like, I know at least 4 or 5 pages of all of the different vendors and different classes and what have you is going to be there. And I know it's going to be Lisa Shaw, it's going to be Embroidery Legacy, Julie Griffey, and many, many more people that you may know um, will be there. Brother will be there. It's all kinds of people that's going to be there. And like I said, it's strictly embroidery. So think about it and let me know because, like I said, if I can hook up with somebody, I am more than willing to go there because I've been wanting to go there for a couple of years, but did not want to venture out on my own. Not that I won't, but I would love to be able to meet out, at least know I'm meeting up with somebody that I know out there. I think that would be kind of fun, and who knows, we might could even share a room or something if anybody's interested in that. But nonetheless, get with me and let me know. I'm going to go ahead and put how you can reach me in here as well. And let me see if I can add that on there. I think I can. Yeah. So my email is on there too. So it's www.eemshows.com. And then my email is sms at teward51@gmail.com. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to take this down in a few minutes, but that's your opportunity to respond to that if you choose to. So, moving on. Tonight's subject is what kind of embroiderer are you really? And be honest about it. And you might say, okay, what is that all about? So I'm going to tell you. We're going to talk about some of the habits that great professional embroiderers do. And we're also going to take a cute little quiz, kind of like we did last week. It seemed like you guys liked it. And so I'll try to do that again. And let me see if I can take this off now. Yeah, take that off. Okay. So we're going to talk about what makes a great embroiderer, and what do we need to be doing? Basically, it's habit. Developing an organized system or habit of getting started. Do you just jump right into a project without giving it a lot of thought? What you're going to, what type of materials you're going to use, what kind of material of your blank, what kind of design, how many stitches, the colors, the threads, all of that, the stabilizer, is so many things that you need to take into consideration before you actually hop into doing an embroidery project. And based upon how you handle a situation like that will determine what type of embroiderer you are. Now, I have to tell you, I am a multiple type person because it just depends upon what it is. But I'm usually pretty organized. I usually do plan my project out before I start it, but not always. So I'm wanting everybody to participate, especially when we get ready to do the quiz. So, what do you do besides just sit down and press start? Do you check your thread? Check your bobbin, look at your design. Do you check your machine? Do you do a once over? And it doesn't have to be a multi needle machine, it can be a single needle machine. But do you just sit down, hoop your project, stick it under, and then realize you don't have enough bobbin, enough thread on your bobbin? You don't have enough of the color that you chose because you didn't check to see if you have an extra spool or if you're going to need an extra spool. Did you check to see if you got the right type of stabilizer to do the particular project that you want? Did you check to see that the hoop that you chose is the right size? Is it too big? Is it too little? Is it a plastic hoop? Is it a magnetic hoop? Those kinds of things. There's so much that goes into deciding what to do with a project before you actually sit down or stand up in front of your embroidery machine and press start. I know of some situations, and I don't think I've had that happen to me, but one time where I actually started a project and then realized that I did not have enough thread of the particular main color that I started off with. And I was panicking because I had put a lot of um, mileage in that design, a lot of thread, and my thread was getting low. And I knew I was going to have to change my thread. And then it dawned on me, oops, do I have another spool of that particular color? I didn't check before. And that is something that we really need to make sure that we do before we actually sit down to stitch. Make sure, gather all of your things that you think you're going to need before you actually start a project. Especially if you're making something to sell, because you can't hodgepodge something if you're going to sell it, or even if you're going to make a gift or something. But make sure you gather everything before you actually sit down and give it some thought. You may have to change your whole plan. I have had situation, even with the coat that I have behind me. Be honest about it. I had chosen at least three different designs to stitch out prior to using the all white design that I chose. And one of the main reasons for changing my mind was when I looked at the design that I really wanted to use. I thought about the thread. I thought about the time. I thought about how much changing I was going to have to do. I thought about um, how long it actually was going to take. I even thought about the size. Is it going to be big enough or too small, or is it going to fit the hoop that I needed to use? So that's what made me change twice the design that I really wanted to use, and then decided to use something that was going to be easier and simpler, mainly because I wanted to get done quickly and I didn't want to have to worry about whether or not I was going to have everything that I needed in order to finish that project. This hoodie that I have on, if you can see this design, it's a half lion face that is on half of the shirt. That's how it's supposed to be. If you can see all the different colors and the shadow and everything that's in it, and I mean, I made this a long time ago, but I have to tell you, I had to look and Madeira thread. I don't buy Madeira thread. So when I got my color chart, everything was uh, coded for Madeira thread. So that meant I have to look at what I have in my stash to see if I could come, if I wanted to stay on point with the design and relatively close to the color that the original designer made. I had to make sure that I decided to pick the right colors that was going to work for me. And it was daunting because there's so many different shadows of different colors. It's several different blues in here and purples and pinks and yellows and all of those different shades because it was a lot of shading. And I have to be honest about it. This particular design, believe it or not, I did this on my SE 1900. I didn't do this on my multi-needle machine. I did it on my SE 1900 single needle machine. And so it was a lot of switching back and forth and all of that as far as the thread and everything was concerned. But I took my time and planned out what I was going to use, and especially if you're doing single needle, it's best to kind of line up your thread in sequence in which the order in which you're going to use it. It makes it a lot easier for you to stay on point. So you'll know you're going to use your red and then your green, your purple, and your yellow, and so forth on down the line. We all know that have single needle machines, I'm pretty sure, and that's part of your organization. I also had to think about how I was going to stabilize it because I was relatively new, and I always knew that if you wear it, you can't tear it. So I know it had to be a cutaway stabilizer, but I didn't want it to be too dense, too thick. Although this is a lot of stitching, I don't remember how many um, stitches it was or whatever, but it took a minute. And also, if you look right here, I have, okay, there we go. I have on my arm, and then I also have on this arm, and then I have a design in the back that I'll show you guys in a little bit. And believe it or not, I made put some design on my pants. So it's a whole jogging suit, all white, that I put together. And I was very proud of what I did because it was very ambitious. And I didn't have a serger. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I don't know. I can't tell. I think I took it loose. I can't really tell. Yeah, I did. I took the sleeve. I think I took the sleeve loose. Yeah, so I could um, lay it flat because, like I said, I was using my single needle machine and everything, and I had to do it. So I took took it loose, and then I had to sew it back up. And this was before I even had a serger machine, so I had to figure out how to, maneuver all of that. But it was a plan that I had put in place, and I planned it all out and thought about it before I even did the first stitch. I would even with the colors that I put on my flowers and stuff, I wanted to make sure everything was going to flow well and not look crazy. And let me see if I can turn around right quick so you guys can see the back of it. Hopefully you can see the back that I did. So that was my ambitious my ambitious project that I decided to do with a single needle machine, because when I first started embroidery, I was very, very um, aggressive with my learning. I wanted to learn how to do everything, everything, everything. So um, I took on some chores and stuff that I probably shouldn't have tried, but I was successful, so it kept me going. So Jenny, you said, "Wow, that's a lot of work, but it looks awesome. Thank you." And hi, Eva Marie, how are you? Carol, you said the jacket is beautiful. Thank you. And Cindy, you said it would be most appropriate to wear to the EEM in Biloxi. Yeah, if it's not too hot. When is it going? It's in October. It won't be too hot. It won't be too hot to do that. So I probably will, if I go, I probably will take it down there and wear it. And Carol, let me see. Catherine, hi, Catherine Stanley. How are you? And you say you trace designs repeatedly. So do I. I trace myself out of size, if you know what I mean. If I use my 8 by 9 mighty hoop, I don't get my full size that I should be getting, because I'm so nervous that I'm going to hit the frame, that I tend to reduce it down maybe more than I need to, because I'm very cautious. That's one of the reasons why I wish brother would update our 1055 machine to recognize mighty hoops, so I will be more comfortable knowing that I'm not going to hit the frame, because it is going to recognize it and know where I am, like it does with the Summit, Melco Summit, and some of the other machines out here. It is so many other machines, commercial machines that are out there now that are equipped with the recognition of the mighty hoop, because most people use it, that it makes their life, even the buy mirror embroidery, multi-needle embroidery machine does that. Brother, can you hear me? Why are you not doing that for us? Because that would be so helpful if they would do that. Because like I said, I lose real estate, because I know I probably reduce mine down more than it probably needs to be. And I like big designs. I really like the big designs. And I'd like to do jacket backs. And even though I did this particular project on my single needle machine, I had just started. I was anxious. I didn't have a multi needle machine, and I wanted to do it. And so I wanted to challenge myself. But that's not something that I want to do every day. I don't want to do jacket backs on a single needle machine, especially on a 5 by 7 hoop. And I don't want to try to hoop anything that's that thick. And I'm not that big on floating. So that's kind of where I am on that. But anyway, let me see. Carol, that's cute. You said, what did you say? Uh, Carol, you said there is room for more designs on that jacket. Yeah, I could put something over here if I wanted to, but the design calls for this half lion. And I just kind of, I don't know, it was kind of a theme in my head that I wanted to do. And so I just kind of went with that. And let me see. And Cindy, you said you agree with me. We should start a campaign. We should. We really should. If I thought that it probably could help. And Cindy, you were saying that is not hard to do on a flatbed. It's not really hard to do on a flatbed, and it just depends upon how large your hoop is. If you're lucky enough to have a machine that is bigger, in my opinion, just my opinion, if you're lucky enough to have a machine that has a hoop size larger than a 5x7, then it makes it a lot easier to do it on a flatbed because you really do have more room to spread out and make a nice, lovely, large jacket back design. Something like a 6x10 at least would not be bad. But um, that like I said, that's just my opinion because I'm of the person, you know, where I like big. I just love big. So be the kind of person that organize. And somebody mentioned the word organize. Be the type of person that organize before you step out. And that's a good habit to have. And do you test? That's the other thing. Do you test your new design before you stitch it out? That is something that is very critical, and it is a good habit of really good embroiderers, especially when you are not familiar with the digitizer. And when I say not familiar with the digitizer, if you buy a lot of designs from various digitizers off of Etsy, or even go to design sites that you see what you like and you buy it. You may look at the ratings or what have you, but you don't know for sure if it's digitized well because you've never used this person before. And then you automatically just start stitching it out on your final um, blank. It can not be too cool. And I have to admit, I've done that. I really have done that. And I have been very sorry that I've done that. And I haven't done it a lot because I learned my lesson, but I have done it before. And what it taught me, if I don't know you, if it's not a design house that I use all the time, like Design by Juju and Embroidery Library and Sweet Pea, and the ones that I have been using over and over again, and I know that their product is good, then I'm going to stitch it out before I put it on something, especially if it's something that I'm trying to sell, or if it's something that I plan on giving away or wearing myself. Now, if I'm just trying something out for the fun of it or what have you, I may not test it out, but usually I'm testing it out. I know you guys saw my Michael Jackson shirt that I wore last week to the Michael Jackson movie and had fun, and I wore it on Tuesday. And I tested that out. I had two designs that I purchased off of Etsy. And I honestly stitched that whole thing out because I wasn't familiar with the digitizer. I read the reviews and all of that, but I said I'm going to test this out because I don't feel, and even though I was putting it on a Gildan t-shirt, that you get out of Michael, no big deal, not spending a lot of money on the shirt. I'm looking at the fact that I didn't want to have to, uh, make it and then turn around and have to make it again. And so I hooped some thick cutaway stabilizers. I doubled it up, hooped it, put it on there, and did my testing. And I felt very confident that it was going to stitch out well, and it did. So that's usually what I will do. And I know if I'm doing a project to sell, I always do a test stitch for two reasons. Number one, I want to make sure that if I had it digitized or if I bought it or whatever the situation is, that it's going to stitch correctly before I show it to the buyer or my customer, because I don't want to show them a bunch of mess and they looking at me like I'm crazy, like it's my fault. So I'm going to make sure it's going to stitch out and look nice before I show it to them. And then the second thing is I'm getting their approval to go forward with the project, because once I get their approval and everything is locked in, paperwork is signed, money's been paid, then I go forward with the job. So they get a chance to look at how it's going to look before I go ahead with the project. I think that's only fair, because they may not like the color. They may not think it looks the way they thought it was going to look. I don't do it on their blank. I do usually do it, to be honest about it, on stabilizer. I know that it is recommended that you do your test on the same type of fabric that you're going to actually be doing your project on, but that's not always possible. If it's something like a satin or organza or silk, something like that, then I will, because those fabrics are very tricky and iffy. And I have bought just a yard or two of satin, or a yard or two of well, not necessarily silk, but mostly satin or rayon or something along that line. So I'll have a feel, how is this design going to actually stitch out and look before I go forward with that on a project. So let me see what you guys are saying. Um, Catherine, you say you test all new designs. That's perfect. Eva, you say you test all new designs as well. And Pearl, you were saying, sounds like happy for me, sounds like fun, along with a lot of work. Yeah, it was a lot of work. And Eva, you say you have a 6 by 10 and an 8 by 11. Oh, whoa, what would I do if I had an 8 by 11? I would be so happy. I don't even have a 6 by 10, but an 8 by 11 would just put a huge smile on my face, and I know it will. Um, Now, Pearl, you're saying it's a challenge, but I don't have it in my budget to send it out, and I'm learning. I'm assuming you're talking about digitizing. Is that what you're talking about? Now, if you, this is, I don't know if that was your statement, but if you are talking about digitizing and you are talking about a project that you're selling, I always charge my customer for the digitizer. That's part of the price. And I will tell them what it is. If I paid $30, then that's $30 on top of whatever it is that I'm charging, because I have to pay the digitizer, and that should not come out of my pocket. It's going to come out of their pocket. And yes, I'm charging the full price of the digitizing, because it wasn't a design that I chose, number one. And number two, I may not ever use that design again. And number three, if they want the design, they can have it. I really don't care about that. That was a question that came up years ago, where I was talking to a potential customer, and they wanted to know, could they own the design? I said, if you pay for it, sure, it's yours. You bought it. I don't have a problem with that. If you want a particular design and I send it out and get it digitized, and you want to keep it, that means you may take it somewhere else or whatever. That's fine. You paid for it. I really don't care. I really don't care, because if you wanted to keep a copy, you could. You got your hands on it before they do. But yeah, I will give you your design if you pay for it. No big deal to me. But I do charge them for the digitizer. Now, if it's something that I do myself, if I create it myself, and I'm not a digitizer, so when I say create, I mean I will go into Embroiderers and use fonts and different elements that I have access to in my design portfolio, merge, take things out, and all of that kind of stuff, and create a design, which is basically digitize and I'm creating a design for this particular person, then I'm charging them my fee for that on top of the fee for the stitching out and the blank and all of that. And you just have to make sure you get paid for your work. And that includes all of your work. And Cindy, you say your test becomes potholders or shop rags for your husband and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. And Carol, you say if I have enough of the material, I would do my test on the same final material and hope that the test will be good enough to be the final. Yes, yeah, that makes sense. I usually do shirts and stuff more than anything, so it would be kind of difficult to keep doing shirts. Now, if I have things that I've messed up for some reason, which of course that happens, then I will take that material from the damaged garment that I kept and then cut out a piece or whatever and stitch on that. So I'll have hoodie material, t-shirt material, stuff like that. I will do that too. But I know I keep a bunch of it for a while and then I end up getting rid of it because it gets in the way. And here lately, thank goodness, I haven't had too many mess up in a while. So I don't have a big stash like I used to have back in the day when it was more messing up was came a little more often than than it does now. Now, oh, okay, Pearl, you were talking about a quilt that you was working on, so you don't send it out. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on that one. You do it yourself. That's what I'm working on now, and I will be doing my own quilting. And Eva Marie, you were saying you are new to embroidery, understanding. Even though I have had an embroidery machine for 3 years, I just found out in January that I needed software. Well, you have obviously done pretty well without software. So that's interesting to me, but everybody manages to do things however is comfortable with them. For me, I bought software right away when I first started, mainly because the videos and things that I was watching and some of the materials that I was reading said you needed software. And I went straight to Embroiderers because that was what was recommended. I didn't even do the Sew What Pro thing, which a lot of people did, especially those that was watching Eve from the baby's booty, which I was. I was watching Eve religiously. I watched her every day, to be honest about it, when I first started embroidery, because I learned so much from her. And she was, and I think she still does, rep So What Pro software. But I didn't get it when because I had already gotten embroideries. I think I bought my software like the same week I bought my machine, to be honest about it, because what I did, which is common for me to do, I read up on things prior to buying them. I look at videos, I read, I just do my research because I'm curious, want to know is it something I really want to do or think I can do, and I want to know how to do it. So by the time I get my hands on it, I can really move forward. I've done that with all of my machines. So that has allowed me to be able to get engaged in what I'm doing a little quicker. So by the time my SE 1900 arrived, I already knew what software I wanted and everything. And by the time I got my 10 needle machine, I bought my hooping station the exact same time I bought my 10 needle machine because I knew that's what I wanted to do. So that's kind of how I roll. And Cindy, you said that I do that too. I have a tote of old clothes for testing embroidery out. Yeah, that's a good thing. And yeah, that minky is interesting. That's a lot of hard. That minky, if you can something look decent on minky, it's gonna work. I do have a big minky blanket that has test of a lot of designs you've done. Your grandboys had fun finding their special designs on the other day. That's cool. Yeah. And even Marie said software came with your brother and you have never used it until January. Well, it depends upon what the software is. I know a lot of people get the BES4. I think that's what it is with brother, different brother embroidery machines. And I know several people that have it and have never used it. I don't have it. I don't know much about it other than what I've heard other people say that it wasn't that easy to use, but I don't know that for a fact. And Eva, you're saying that, wait a minute, where are you? You are saying now you're using brilliance. I love my brilliance. And Pearl, you are saying that you're still learning in brilliance. I am too. And I've had it over 5 years and I'm still learning it. I feel comfortable enough to do what I really want to do, but I still want to take some. If I do go to the Biloxi Expo, I definitely want to take at least a couple of courses from Lisa Shaw. I am very excited about meeting her, taking some classes with her, and if I'm lucky, maybe another class or two that has to do with improving my embroidery. So that's kind of where I am with that. And I just want to see what's out there and what people have. So well, I've been talking about the 5 habits of great embroiderers, and number 2 was the testing. Number 3 is matching the big 3, and the big 3 happens to be stabilizer, fabric, and design. And we've talked about this before, that they do have to match. You have to make sure that whatever fabric you're using, you do select the right design and the right stabilizer. You can't have too heavy of a design. If you have something like this that is stitch heavy, you got to have the fabric that's going to take care of it, and it's going to hold it. You can't put this on a t-shirt type knit fabric. That's not going to work. I've had this jacket at least 5 years. I made it, like I said, when I very first started embroidering, believe it or not. Um, Not to say that I started right off the gate doing perfect embroidery. I did not. I messed up a whole bunch of towels. He told us to go to Sam, get the big old stack of towels for little nothing, and practice, 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 because you can always use the towels for something else so you're not wasting. And that's exactly what I did. And I still have those towels that I messed up. I didn't know how to do much of nothing, but I kept practicing and practicing and practicing until I felt more comfortable understanding the hooping, understanding the stabilizing. And believe me, it is a learning process, because I know the first things that I made that I was so proud of and I thought they were the best things since sliced bread was a hot mess. I did not know that until I learned better. And then I realized when I look back at it, it was embarrassing, but it was funny because I said, I'm thinking that I'm ready to go. I'm on point. I know what I'm doing. And I'm looking at this and I said, this was just absolutely ridiculous, because I had the stabilizer where you could see through it, through the shirt. It was all thick stabilizer and you could actually see the square of the thick stabilizer, because I didn't know any better. I'm just doing what they said. If you wear it, don't tear it. You got to use cutaway. So I'm using cutaway. The cutaway is thick. The shirt is thin. You're going to see it. Now I know a lot better. I don't have that problem anymore. I learned, took time, but I was one of these people that was determined to learn. So, Eva, your machine you purchased came with software, two different programs, and you waited about 2 years before you used one of them, and the other one is downloaded and maybe used it twice. That was in 2016. Well, you use whatever you're comfortable with, and a lot of times they may not come with the most user friendly software, and then you end up buying more. And even Marie, you're saying that you downloaded the manual, which I think is good. I've downloaded all my manuals. And what I really should do, want to do, the ones that I don't have, that, nobody gives you a book anymore, hardly. So you have to, either go online, get it, look at it, or download it. Download it, go to whatever's open, Staples or Office Depot, whatever's open. I don't need Office Max. I don't go to those places anymore, so I don't even know what still exists and what doesn't. I think Staples are still around, but just go and get your stuff bound, print it off and bound, and make a little booklet out of it, and just have it, because I like to be able to flip a page and look at mine. I like to be able to mark on it. I like to be able to bend the page back or put a clip on it or something along that line on places where I'm going to constantly use it over and over again. That's how I do with my books. So I do keep my manuals and I do look at them. And Cindy, you're saying you were surprised how nicely Minky quilts. That's great. If you don't have it slipping and sliding, then it's going to. I love the feel of Minky. I just know it's a little tricky because it moves a lot. So if you figure out how to keep it from slipping and sliding, then you can definitely make something really, really cute and very comfortable, which is good. Hey Danielle, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. And even Marie, you said there are so many stabilizers to choose from. It is, but you need to know your categories. And it's only so many stabilizers that you really need. You don't need all of the different weights and colors, and you know you need your cutaway, you need your tearaway, you need your topper, which is water soluble, you need some no-show mesh, and what else? That's probably the main ones that you need to have. Now, cutaway stabilizer, and oh yeah, you need your sticky stabilizers if you have jerky frames and stuff like that. So you can use that. So that's basically five different stabilizers, and I have five, but I have others as well, because you have your adhesive ones where you just sew them on, which is very useful. You have your meltaways. I have some of that. You have your thick um, water solubles like the Ultra Solvi from Sulky, which is excellent. You have your patch stabilizer. I mean, it's a lot of different types of stabilizers out there, true enough, but they have specific purpose, and you only need them for those specific purpose. So don't overbuy. Buy what you need and what you're going to use continuously. And then if and when you decide to do other projects, then that's when you build on your stabilizer stash. Because right now I have like two big uh, rolls, like so tall, a good, I want to say 24 inches tall and probably 20 yards, maybe, big round of cutaway stabilized, medium weight cutaway stabilized that I don't use. Rarely use it. I use it more for doing my testing than anything. I rarely use that because I use no-show poly mesh quite a bit. It works with most of the things that I do. So I spend more time and money on my no-show poly mesh stabilizer than anything. I have a lot of the sticky stabilizer. I don't use that a lot. I do use water soluble a lot. I have different types of water soluble, and it depends upon what I'm making. So that works for me. And I have Vilene, which is also a water stabilizer, but I use that specifically for my uh, freestanding lace and for my screen prints you see hanging back in the back next to my quilt that's hanging. Those are screen, like window screen that I material that I've hooped and I stitched and hooped it and everything, and I love doing that project. And that's what I use the Vilene water soluble stabilizer to do that. I stitch directly on that, and then I stabilize the screen with it, stitch directly on the screen, and then all you have to do is wash it out, and you end up with a result like that where it's really pretty and you don't see stabilizer on any side. And don't forget, I told you guys about the Ethereal Magic, which is liquid stabilizer. I've used that with napkins and handkerchiefs, and perfect, perfect, perfect. But it has to be something that you don't mind washing or getting wet, because you do have to coat it with that and then wash it out when you're done. So it's not going to be new as far as not being washed if you do it for to sell, but it's still, when you iron it out, it's going to look like new anyway. So it's not going to be an issue. And Kingsbury Craft, how are you? you said you said Mink is so messy that I won't work with it. No glitter in the shop either. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Glitter and sequence. Messy, 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 but beautiful. I do glitter. I do glitter vinyl, HTV glitter vinyl, and I do sequence, but it is messy. But I don't think it's any messier than doing rhinestone templates. So, I'm okay with that. It's all part of what I do and make it beautiful. So again, you stabilize your fabric and your design must match. So that's another good habit. Make sure you pick the right ones or you're not going to have a good turnout of your project. And hooping, hooping. Hooping will make or break a project. You got your stabilizer, your fabric, your design, and then you have to hoop it correctly, because if you don't hoop it correctly, you're not going to get the results that you want. And I know you guys probably were told, like I was at the very beginning, it needs to be taught like a drum and sound like a drum when you pop it. And I still do that to this day. When I hoop something, that's the first thing I do. When I take it off of my hoop master, I pick it up and I tap it. Or if I hoop it, on the table or whatever, I pick it up and I tap it to see, did I get that tight as a drum, which you are going to get 99% of the time when you're using Mighty Hoops. That's why I use Mighty Hoop. But if you don't use Mighty Hoops, keep in mind and remember, you can make it too tight or too loose. And both of those can be issues. Because if you stretch your stabilizer too far by tightening it so tight, it's going to distort. So when you're done and take it loose, you could be off registration and stuff like that. And the other thing to remember, whether you do it with a plastic hoop or a mighty hoop, never, when you hoop it, never straighten out or pull on the fabric. If you want to adjust anything, adjust the stabilizer only, not the fabric that's in the stabilizer. Because if you pull on it to make it more taut or whatever, you're definitely going to get some distortion. So you have to be very careful with that. It's better to just go ahead and re-hoop it, spread it out, do whatever you need to do to make sure it's going to hoop taut, and go ahead and re-hoop it versus trying to adjust it once you already have it clamped together, because you're stretching it out and you're not going to get the natural um, laying of the fabrics. It's going to be going all kinds of ways because you pulled it. The threads of the fabric have been pulled and distorted. So once you stitch on that and you release it, then it's going to be wobbly, and you're not going to get um, a good turnout of your project. So be very careful of that. Now, Cindy, you're saying you were just saying how messy Minky can be after when you get ready to hoop it. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good idea. Carol says she has used press and seal on Minky stuff and that she makes, and it keeps the fluffies from flying and pulls out of stitches easily. That's an excellent idea. That may even be an excellent idea when you're working on sequence as well. I know I have used water soluble stabilizer, but I love press and seal. So that I might try that just to see how that works. That sounds like a good idea. Hi, Unbiased. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hi, Unbiased LLC. And Marissa Crafts, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Let me see if they're and Kingsbury Craft and see who else may have popped in while I was talking. So it also says hooping will make and break you. If it's too loose, it will shift. If it's too tight, it will distort, just like I said. And just because you own a mighty hoop, owning a mighty hoop is extremely useful, but learn how to use your Mighty Hoop. Mighty Hoop has Midwest, I believe is the name of the company, or you can just put Mighty Hoop in there. They have all kinds of tutorials. And what is the lady's name? Kathy Hogg, Huag, I believe. She has a lot of she has a lot of videos on different types of mighty hoops and different ways of hooping and using it. So look at those and learn how to use your mighty hoop, because it says just because you own a mighty hoop doesn't mean you're using it correctly. And you'll be surprised at how useful your mighty hoop can be, especially if you have hooping stations. And I have 3 hooping stations. And I have used all 3 of my hooping stations, and I probably could use an extension for my big hooping station. I don't have the hooping station for the single needle machine because I rarely use my single needle machine. But if I ever get a single needle machine with a bigger hoop, I'll probably end up getting the hooping station for that. Also, if you don't have a hooping station, but you have mighty hoops or you're thinking about buying them, and you don't want the investment of the hooping station right off the bat, try to buy backings. And the backings ain't cheap; they $50 each, but they are very useful. Whenever I have to hoop something on my table, I don't put it on my hooping station. It's quick and easy for me to do it with the backing, and it's no big deal. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I was laughing, Cindy, when I saw what you wrote about Shirley Possible tried on live stream, and I'm assuming you were referring to me doing a sequence design with the press and seal uh, clear wrap. If that's what you're talking about, let me know. I'll give it a thought. Who knows? I might do that. It's always suggestions, and tonight is suggestion night. And I just remembered I do have a quiz that I want us to go over too, so I don't want to forget about that. And when you're hooping, like I said, learning how to use it correctly, you have to pay attention to your placement and your alignment. How many of you measure when you are hooping? How many of you find your center? And if you do, how do you find your center? Do you have a habit, technique, or whatever that you use to find your center? Now, I have to be perfectly honest. I don't measure like I did when I first started embroidering. I was measuring every little move. I had the little plastic thing that you put into your the grid and marking it, and all of that, the arrows and placement and all of that kind of stuff. And I still use placement as far as my snowman is concerned. Very, very, very useful to use placement on my on my multi-needle machine. But when I'm doing hoodies and shirts, the main thing for me to get my center, in all honesty, I just fold it in half and run a crease up it, get the center. I will measure where I want it to come down from the neckline, where I want my design to hit and start. I'll do that. But my center, I always just fold the shirt in half and get the center. That's quick and easy for me. And you can always iron that out, no big deal. Now, if I'm doing towels and other items where I need it in a precise area, then that's when I will do my measuring and marking either with a sticker, uh, a snowman, or either with a friction pen or something. But don't forget to measure. Now, Robin, you say you do use the grid and a ruler. Eva Marie said you use the grid and you mark it. Good, 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 good. And Cindy was saying she uses clean wrap topper on sometimes on her embroidery. That's press and seal, cling wrap. Never thought about any of that, but those are good ideas. And I'm biased. I love the hooping station. It is the best investment in your embroidery hobby or business. I agree with that 100%. If you're using Mighty Hoops, which I think that's an excellent investment, if you have a multi-needle machine, because they don't have Mighty Hoops or single needle machines yet. They have a hooping station, but not the Mighty Hoop. But I do have something that I'm going to be showing you guys. I'm going to do a video on it. Hopefully by next weekend. Hopefully, I got to pull out my SE 1900 and fire that puppy up so I can show you this product that has been sent to me for me to demo. And so I'll be doing that real soon. And I think you guys are going to be very interested in both of the ones that I'm going to do, but especially the one that I'm going to, well, both of them. One is for the SE 1900 or a single needle machine. The other one is for multi-needle machine. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. I'm going to keep you in suspense. I thought about telling you, but I changed my mind. I'm going to wait until I actually do the demo, which will be on my channel. It's going to not be live. It's going to be video and put on my channel because they want a copy of the video. So I have to do a video. Um, and people are congratulating Rachel. Rachel. And what is the congratulation for? So I can say congratulations as well. Also, Angela said, Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Everybody that's on here needs to do a thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and it definitely helps my channel. Okay, Carol, I bought a ton of snowman stickers when they went on sale, and then Embroiderers added a snowman feature to the printout. Yes. And Cindy, suspense, you're excited. Good. Sounds like a sock hoop will be coming soon. Nope, it's not a sock hoop. It's not a sock hoop. Okay, number 5 will be, and then we're going to have the quiz. Number 5, maintain your machine. The, the machine needs maintenance all the time. And when I say maintenance, I mean keep it clean. Clean that lint out. Clean the lint out. Change your needles and check your tension. Those are the main thing, and oil it. Oil your machine that needs to be oiled. The the PR1055X, when you turn it on, the first thing that pops up is oil your machine. That's the first thing I do before I do anything else. When it runs this little sequence and stuff and stop, then I open up my thing, pull my bobbin case out, get my brush, and I brush it all out. And depending upon what it looks like, I may vacuum it if I think I need to vacuum it. Sometimes I may even take the needle plate off and clean it out if I think I've been doing a lot of stitching where it may be a little bit more lint. So I want to get it all cleaned out and everything, and then I oil it before I do anything else. Before I hit the first stitch on my machine, it gets oiled every time I turn it on. The other thing that I do, I keep a record of when I changed my needles, what size needle is in what place, needle 1 through 10. I mark it on there what size needle is in 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10, and when I changed it. Normally, I will change them all at the same time to make it easier for me to remember, but not always, because sometimes a needle will break. You got to change it. Sometimes I'm doing a particular project and I need to put a 65-9 in, or I may need to put in an 80-12 or a 90-14, because I normally use 75-11. So if I have to put in a different size needle or something in one of the bars, then I write that down so I know what needle is where and when I put it in. If I only used it for one little project or I rarely used it, I'm going to take it out, but I'm going to use that needle again. I'm not going to throw that needle away. So I save the needle and put it back where it belongs. If it's an 80-12, I'm going to stick it with the 80-12s. I'm not going to get rid of it unless I know that it could possibly be dull. But that's what I do. And then I change my thread. Now, I'm not the best person in keeping the dust off of it. Now, that's something that I have to get a lot better with. I will use my vacuum and kind of go around and try to clean it up. And I have a swifter, and I'll try to dust in between and everything without messing up my threads. I really need to cover it. And Carol, thank you for the pattern. I did get it. I don't know if I remember to thank you or not, but I'm thanking you now. I did get the pattern to make a cover for my 10 needle machine, and I really need to get on that and do it because it really does need to be covered. I'm not that good at keeping my machines covered. I got my SE 1900 covered. I got my surgeon machine covered, and I had my Jazz 2 covered, but I'm not using my Jazz 2 anymore. I got a brand new baby. I don't know if you all can see it, but that's my brand new baby now that I got, and that is a Janome 67P. I just got it this week, and I'm learning how to use it, and I'm very happy with it so far. I prefer a mechanical machine. I prefer a computerized machine versus a mechanical machine. My jazz was driving me to drink because there were things I wanted it to do that it couldn't do. So I decided to bite the bullet and go ahead and get a computerized machine. So that's what I did, and I'm very happy that I've done it. That machine is incredible. It does a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm looking forward to being able to do garments, quilting, and bags. That's what I really wanted to do. My jazz too did not serve me well when it came down to bag making. That was one of the biggest issues that I had when I was trying to when I made my circular bag. Oh my goodness, that machine drove me crazy. It couldn't stitch where I needed it to stitch, and it just did not had the power that I needed it to have, and I was really disappointed about that. When I was using my SE 1900 sewing part, I was afraid because I was doing a lot of thick sewing and stuff like that, and I said I don't want to get it all messed up and then I can't use it for embroidery because I messed it up for sewing. So I decided I'd rather get a standalone sewing machine and let the SE 1900 just remain being my flatbed embroidery machine. So that's kind of why I just put that aside. So now I have a dedicated machine that is computerized for quilting and for bag making. And since I made my jacket back there, I'm getting a little ambitious. We're going to make another jacket. And I have some other patterns of some skirts and pants and stuff like that that I'll probably add into the mix every once in a while. Yep. And Umbaya said the SE 1900 is so finicky. It can be, because that baby girl, she was picky about the thread. She was picky about the bobbin. Yeah, she needs to be finessed. She's bougie. She is bougie. She's a good machine and she works really well. But as long as you giving her what she wants, she works good. But I could not use anything but brother bobbins, and I could not use that sim uh, thread on that machine for nothing in the world. She wouldn't have it. Not at all. And Pearl, you said congratulations. I noticed that behind me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the machine. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Uh, yeah, Carol, getting your 1055 maintained every year is definitely something that you have to do. And even Eva Marie, you've been cleaning and oiling all your machines. It is a good practice, and it definitely is a good practice. And Angela, you say you fold the shirts and you use the grid. And okay, I'm biased. You are Rachel. Okay, good. Thank you. Because I was like, who is Rachel? All right, thanks for letting me know. Even Marie said, not bougie. Yeah, that SE 1900, tell me she's a diva, honey. She is a diva. So now we are going to do the quiz. What kind of machine embroiderer are you really? So we're going to do like we did last week. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I need you to put A, B, C, or D. And then I have the results to tell you the kind of embroiderer you are. So get ready, drum roll, get ready, and keep up with your answers. Put them up there. And at the end, I'm going to need you to tally it like you did last week. Those of you did it. And when I say tally, it's going to be 5 questions. So you can put down I had 3 A's and 2 B's, or I had an A, B, C, and D, whatever you had, so I can look at it and count it. That way I'll know I can tell you what your score indicates, the type of embroiderer that you happen to be. So, you guys are ready? Drum roll. Okay, first question. When you buy supplies, A, do you only get what you need? B, you get a few extras. C, you stock up. Or D, everything looks good. Okay, so that's question number one. A, you only get what you need. B, you get a few extra. C, you stock up. And D, everything looks good. Put your answer in or write it down and keep a score of it. So at the end, when I'm done with 5, I need to know how many A's, B's, C's, and D's. Okay, like you see Robin put number 1, she put in B. That's perfect. Put the number and then the letter. That way I'll know where they belong. Thank you, Robin. Okay, there we go. People are getting them in there. All right. Question number 2. How many or do you have unfinished projects? A, none. B, a few. C, a whole basket full. Or D, don't even ask. It's too many. I can't count them. That's question number 2. I'm going to go over it again so you guys can put it in. Question number 2 is about unfinished projects. A is none. I have no unfinished projects. I finish my projects as I go, which is a sign. Well, I ain't going to tell you that. But anyway, I finish my projects as I go. Number B, a few. I have a few unfinished projects. C, I got a basket full of them. And D, don't even ask me. I got too many to count. So that's question 2. Okay, go ahead and put your letters in. All right, we're going to move on to question number 3. This is pertaining to machine issues. When I have a machine issue, A, I troubleshoot. B, when I have a machine issue, I look it up to see what's wrong and how to fix it. C, when I have machine issues, I just walk away. Got time for that. And D, when I have machine issues, I just start something else. So again, here are the questions the question is machine issues. The answers are A, troubleshoot. B, look it up. C, walk away. And D, start something else. So this is question number 3. I'll give you a few minutes. I need to write mine down. Let me see. Okay, question number 4. Favorite part. What is your favorite part of embroidery? Doing perfect stitching. Everything is perfect. I'm a perfectionist. That's what I love about embroidery, being a perfectionist. It's going to be the bomb when I'm done with it. Number B, learning. I'll try it because I love to learn. I'm going to give it an all-American try. Number C, my favorite part is shopping. Buying designs, buying fabric, buying equipment, buying notions. That's my favorite part of embroidery. It's always something to buy. You never have enough of anything. It's always something new. And number D, or D4 is starting projects. My favorite thing about embroidery is starting projects. I love to do something new, get my hands in there. So let me go over number 4 again. The favorite part of embroidery is perfect stitching. That's A. B, learning. C, shopping. D, starting new projects. I'm laughing at you, Pearl. Okay. Okay, number 5. 5 is the last one. And so we're going to go through this. Okay. Thread habits. A, my thread habit is practical. Basically, I get what I need. I buy the thread that I need. I'm practical. That's number 5. 4 is the hardest one to answer, Cindy said so far. A is practical for thread habits. B, variety. I love a variety of threads. Love a variety of threads. Polyester, neon, rayon, 12 weight, 60 weight, 40 weight, 30 weight. Just a variety of threads. C is specialty thread. So that's a little different than variety. Specialty thread will consist of metallic, reflective, neon. Well, I said neon, but glow in the dark. What else is specialty thread? Variegated. Those are some of the specialty threads. That's C. And D, your thread habit, pretty colors. If it's pretty, I want it. I may not ever use that particular shade of blue, that particular shade of mint green, that particular shade of not quite orange or tangerine. It's something in between, but it's pretty. I saw it, I want it, I bought it. That's D. So your thread habit for question number 5 is A, practical, B, variety, C, specialty thread, and D, pretty colors. Okay, we got them all. Eva, B, C, and D. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, what I need you guys, I hope you all wrote them down so you can go in here and just put them in order. You don't have to put the number in. And those of you that had multiple answers, you're going to have to pick one of those A, B, C's, or D's because you can't have a 1, A, and B. You have to have an A or a B, Jenny. because I need to know what type of embroiderer you are. So you have to pick one. Now I need you to go through and look at all of your answers and list them out. And then I'll tell you what that means. Like if you got mostly A's, mostly B's, mostly C's, mostly D's. Marissa, you did exactly what I want you to do. Thank you. Look at what Marissa did. And that's how I want you guys to put it in. Carol said, I get the threads I need, and I need a variety of specialty pretty colored thread. I agree with you 100%. Okay, so Marissa, you put down mostly B's for your answer. So that means you are considered a balanced creator. You know what to do, but you don't always do it consistently. There's room for growth in that area, but you're balanced. You're balanced out pretty good. So that's Marissa. Jenny, let me see. You have 3 C's, 1 A, and 1 B. So you are a creative collector. If you have mostly C's, you got 3 C's, which means you love embroidery. But structure is not your strong suit. You need to finish more and test more. That's what mostly C's are. Let me see who's next. And Pearl says some are twofold, and yeah, they are, but we got to pick one. And Danielle, you are mostly B's. So you are a balanced creator as well. You know what to do, but you don't always do it consistently. Carol, you are, you got a tie here because you got 2 B's and 2 A's. So that means you're precision stitcher for your A. You're already doing most of the habits we talked about. Your next level is confidence and efficiency. But you also have B's, which is balanced creator. You know what to do, but you don't always do it consistently. There's room for growth. And Leslie, number 1. Why you got a question mark in number 1? That don't help me none. So you have, let me have B, D, A, D. Because I don't know what your number 1 is, it looks like your most are D's, which is 2, Leslie. That means you're excited, but skipping fundamentals. So slow down and build habits first. That's what it says. You're a starter. You're excited, but skipping fundamentals. Slow down and build habits first. Yeah. Because I know about them UFOs. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But anyway, Eva Marie, you have 3 B's. So you are a B, which is a balanced creator. We got a lot of balanced creators. You know what to do, but you don't always do it consistently. Jenny, you have 3 C's. So you are a creative collector. You love embroidery, but structure is not your strong suit. You need to finish more, test more. Robin, what do you have? You have a double one as well. You have 2 B's and 2 C's. So you are a balanced creator and a creative collector. Balanced creator, you know what to do, but you don't always do it. Creative collector, you love embroidery, but structure is not your strong suit. And Andrea, how you doing? You have 3 B's, which again, we got a lot of B's. There's a lot of balanced creators out here. You know what you're doing, but you don't always do it consistently. That's your area. That's your growth area. And Pearl, you have 3 B's again. So we're still the balanced creator. Cindy, let me see what you have. Cindy, two B's. Hey, you have two B's, so you're a balanced creator. Kingsbury Craft, you're tied for D and A. A is Precision Stitcher. You're already doing most of the habits we talked about. And D, you're excited but skipping fundamentals. And Deborah, hey, hi Deborah, how you doing? Deborah, girl, you all bees, honey. You know, you ain't even crisscrossing nowhere. You are all bees. You know what to do, but you don't always do it consistently. That's your growth area. So that's where you are. You're all bees. Rachel, Unbiased LLC, you are tied for A and B. A is Precision Stitcher, B is Balance Creator. Cindy, let me see where you are. Cindy, BD, you have two B's, so that's your most, your Balance Creator. And Angela, girl, you doing the thing. You are an A, almost a perfect A. You already you're already doing most of the habits we talked about. So you are all A's. Let me see. That's everybody. And let me see, where do I fall? I have, I am a B as well. I have three B's. I am a, let me see, did I have the D? Yeah, I have three B's. So I am a balanced creator as well. You know what to do, but you don't always do it consistently. That's your growth area. So that's where we are. That's where we are. I agree with my assessment about I know what to do, but nope, I don't always do it consistently. And I need to improve. I need to improve. And majority of us that are on here tonight are balanced creators. And I think second place is Precision Stitcher. We have a few outliers. We got, I think, one that's a starter, and we have like two or three of them, I think, that's creative collector. So that's how we fall, which is pretty good. Pretty good. How do you all feel? Do you agree with what your outcome is as far as what you know about how you answer the question and how you perceive yourself? Do you agree with that, or you think it missed the mark? Like I said, for me, I think I was pretty on point with what it says. And hey, Miss Joy, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. And Eva said, this is great info. Well, thank you. And Pearl, my C, I just get up and move to another. To another. If one machine is giving you problems, you go ahead and move to another. I heard that. I heard that. And even you say you have an alternate score. What is your alternate score? And Marissa, you say you agree 200%. That's good. That's good. So yeah, just think about how you score based upon how the quiz says where you fall. And Robin, you say you agree with the assessment as well. So it was pretty much on point. Me, let me tell you guys what I for question number one, I picked D. It says when you buy supplies, everything looks good to me. Sometimes I would go in the store looking for something to buy, and I know that's stupid. I know I go in there for a particular thing, and I'll go find that particular thing that I'm looking for, and then I won't leave. I'll keep walking around to see if I'm going to find something else I think I need. That's crazy, but that is me. Question number two, unfinished project. I have a few, not many. I don't like leaving things hanging. I actually thought I didn't have any UFOs until I started thinking about it. But I tell you, I only have a few. I don't even have a handful of unfinished objects because I like to finish stuff before I go to the next thing. I I just can't keep moving from thing to thing to thing. That drives me crazy. So I only have a few. Number three question, machine issues. I chose A, troubleshoot. I try to figure out what the problem is before I panic, or then I'll look it up. And if I can't fix it, then I have no other choice but to walk away. But my answer is A, I troubleshoot. Question number four, favorite part. My answer is B, learning. I do like perfect stitching. However, I have accepted the fact that that is not always possible, and I don't stress myself out too much. The only time that I really will stress myself out with perfect stitching, excuse me, is when I'm making something to sell. If I'm making something to sell, it has to be perfect. I will do it over and over and over until it's right because I don't want anybody getting my product and going around showing people saying, "Look at this mess she made for me and I had to pay for it." Nope, I don't do that. So it's if you get it, it's gonna be as perfect as I can get it. Or you know, I, I that's just who I am. So, but I don't stress myself out when I'm making something for myself, or even when I'm giving somebody something. It's like it's free, 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 free. I don't stress out as long as it doesn't look horrible. Now, if it look a hot mess, you ain't getting it. But if it looks decent, it may be off just a tinge or something like that. I try not to trip off of it because if I do, I would just drive myself crazy. So, on question number four, I like learning. I'm always trying to figure how to do something different. If I see somebody else do something or make it, then I will try it myself. And Miss Joy, you said you're embroidering your first shirt. Well, congratulations, Miss Joy. You go for it. I know you got your new machine, so work it out, honey. Work it out. And question number five, thread habits. Now, this one I straddled the fence. I put down B and D because I do like a variety and I do like pretty colors. So I could even do BCD like somebody else did because I like specialty thread as well. But I think my D I think outweighs my B, to be honest about it. I think my D outweighs my B because would that change me? Nah, I'll still be a B because I love pretty color thread, and I'm one of these people that will pick a weird color and buy it and don't have a clue how I'm going to use it. It was just pretty color thread, and I wanted it, and then it usually works out well because when I'm doing a project, I think, oh, I got this pretty green. Let me see if this is going to work. Or this pretty yellow or pink or whatever the situation is. As far as variety, I don't, I do have a variety of threads, but it's not like I crave that. It just happened to happen that way. Not like I um, created it. And Miss Eva, you wanted to know where did I find this assessment from my favorite person, my AI. I gotta get my AI a name. I gotta name my AI. I got to call him something. It's a guy, but I don't know his name. I gotta give him a name. And I might be looking into a different AI. I use Chat GPT. But I was reading up on a couple of other ones that I might decide to try to say is a little bit better than Chat GPT, and we shall see. But I love going to my AI and asking them questions to see what they come up with. I tell them what I'm interested in, and then I let the AI come up with something. And I'll tell them if I like it or I don't like it. If I don't like it, I tell them, I said, like, you better do better than this. I don't like it. I talk to my AI just like I'm talking to a regular person. And and Eva said, "What you say?" Yeah, I use my AI. All of my thumbnails that I've been doing here recently have all been created by AI. And Eva, you say you use Claude. I've heard of Claude, haven't tried it yet. I think I want to try Claude. I haven't tried anything with ChatGPT, but I have heard of Claude and Gemini, and it was one that I just heard about today that starts with a P that's supposed to be better than Claude and something else, something else. And I'm gonna check that out too to see how that works. But I am loving using the AI because it can do so much. It can help you. It helps me to brainstorm. That's what it does. Because it's not going to do anything unless you tell it to or ask it to, and it's the way you ask it. And sometimes you have to reword your prompt to get what it is you're looking for. And if it doesn't answer it the way if they come up with some mess that I don't want to do, I tell them, look, done that, I don't want to do that, come up with something better because that ain't working. And that's exactly how I put it in there. It's fun. It's just like I'm talking to somebody else. So anyway, yeah, that's where I got my assessment from and everything. And I told him I wanted to do another quiz tonight, and we came up with that, and I was happy. Uh, so I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it because I think it does help us to realize who we are as embroiderers, what our habits are, what we can improve on, maybe even enlighten us on some of the things that we may not even be aware of that we tend to fall in a trap. And Marissa, you say you use AI for the first time yesterday and you think you're going to love it. You will. You will love it. But just keep in mind it's not perfect. That's the one thing that I think people need to know and not fall into a trap thinking whatever they say or whatever it comes up with, that's the gospel, because it does make mistake, and they usually have a disclaimer saying check it out, make sure, because I have had a couple of incidents where I've asked for certain things and I didn't get what I asked for. I've had an incident where it gave me misinformation and I corrected it. And yeah, so kind of know what it is you're looking for, what kind of information you're trying to garner. If you're wanting them to create images or thumbnails or caricatures or cartoons or whatever, you control that as well, telling it what you want, what you like, what you don't like. Take this out, put this in, change that. I mean, I've had them change my hairstyle, my eyeglass color, my clothes I got on. Change the wine from red to white, whatever I wanted to do, and I'll say, okay, you're close, but this ain't it. Do something else, and they do it. So it's kind of cute. It's fun. Uh, and let me see. And Eva, you said, again, I say this is a teaching Tuesday. Thank you. I try. And and you must check your references. Yes, I do that as well. They will pull up references for you when you're asking questions about different things and it gives you an answer. It usually will pull, and I tell them or tell him, I want references. I want you to deep dive and explain and tell me where did you get this info from so I can go to that site or whatever, that reference, and check it out myself because you get even more information. And Angela, you say you're new to this. I am new to this, and since I've been watching you, you helped me to follow the rules. Well, I'm so glad that it's helping you out. That's my whole purpose of doing, of just being on this platform, not just the live. And I know I keep saying it, but I have to tell you, I have to do it now because I don't have a choice. Get back into doing my videos. But when I first started doing my videos where I was actually doing tutorials and stuff, I started doing that 4 or 5 years ago because I didn't find the information that I needed to work on my uh, 10 needle machine. So I said, when I learn it, I'm going to put it out here and tell other people because you could find all kinds of information to do things on your single needle machine, but it's not as much information to tell you how to do something on your multi needle machine. And it's not, you can do the same thing, but sometimes you have to do it a little bit different. And that's what I wanted to do. So I enjoy helping people, showing them what I have learned. So back to what I was saying as far as me doing more of the tutorial type videos, those of you that came on late or later, when I first came on, I did mention that I have two products that were sent to me in order for me to review and demo and make a video of it. And I will be making a video. It's not going to be a live. It's going to be a video that you guys will be able to see on my channel. So watch for that. It hopefully I'll be able to get it done this, if not this weekend, definitely by next weekend because I got to get it done for them because I committed to it. But you guys, I think, are going to like the product and no, it's not a sock hoop, somebody said. But one of them is going to be done on my SE 1900 machine, and the other one will be done or used on my PR 1055 machine. So look out for that. Of course, if you follow me, you'll know when it goes up. So again, like Angela said, hit the like button, please. She's counting things down for me. So it's 19 of you guys that haven't hit that button. So hit that button. I need the likes. I need the comments. I need the subscription. I'm still trying to grow. I'm trying to get that 5,000 before the year is out. And it's not going to be an easy task, but that is my goal. And no, I have not forgotten about the giveaway. I'm going to have to figure that out. I got to come up with a way to figure that out because I got to give you guys a giveaway for helping me reach my 2,500 goal. Uh, Let me see. Marissa said, I found you when I was looking to purchase my hooping station. After I watched you, I purchased it. Good, 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 good. You know, that was one of my most watched videos when I went over the Mighty Hooping Station and all of the hoops and stuff. That was my number one video. Even to this day, it is still I mean, it's in the, I don't know, it may even be 10,000 right now. I don't know. But it's up there as far as most watched videos. And you know, Mighty Hoop still ain't called me and told me they wanted me to be an affiliate. I need to get in touch with them. Like, do you know how many people have been watching this and been probably buying the product because of what I said about it? But anyway, we shall see. Hmm. And even Marie said you're working on 100. Girl, you'll get there. Trust me. I remember when I was trying to get to the point where I could get monetized, and I had enough, and I stopped doing my videos for a while, and I lost because you have to keep it going for a certain period of time, or you lose it, your numbers and Miss Joy, we can talk about that at some point because I know you want me to talk about being a content creator and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know how many people are interested in that topic. That's one reason why I haven't done it yet because I don't want to bore people. If they're not interested in being content creators, then I don't see where it would be beneficial for the group, but we shall see. But anyway, there are so many different angles to it. And Angela, that's the video I started with and was hooked since. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I am so glad. That's when I first started. I was very energized and I was learning and talking, learning and talking. Every time I learned something, I put it out there. Like, here's the world you can see. What's your channel? My channel is Shirley's Threadwork. That is my channel. All you have to do is go to YouTube, put in Shirley's Threadwork, and you will find me. I do have, what is it, Sew to We Embroidery, but you don't have to put that in there because it was too, I can't even remember it anymore. It was too hard to remember, so I changed it to Shirley's Threadwork. Keep it simple. Just put in Shirley's Threadwork into YouTube and I will pop up. So it's easy to remember. And you can find my channel, and I have over 250 videos on there already. So it's a whole lot of educational information on my channel for you to watch. Okay. Now, before I go, if you guys don't mind, you did it 2 weeks ago. Throw out some topics. Come on, throw out some topics. It's helping me a lot to know what to talk about. So throw out some topics for me to talk to my AI guy, and give me an AI guy name. You know, Sam, Fred, Bob, Billy, somebody. Give me a name. Oh, okay, Robin. You say you 3 away from 100, and you haven't made a video in a few years. See, people find you. They do. I know I've already subscribed to you, Robin, so I can't do it again. But maybe if everybody in the social society group have not subscribed to Robin, you all need to go there. Tell them what your channel name is. I forgot, something quilting. But and even Marie said, yes, we have to help each other. Oh, you said Teddy is a name? That's an interesting name, Teddy. Okay, I'll write that down, Teddy. Uh, Orson Well, we ain't going there. I ain't gonna do Orson. What did he do? What's the name of his thing that he's famous for? I can't even think of it now. Can't even think of it now. Even Marie, content creation. That's the same thing that Miss Joy said. So I don't know. There's two people that's interested in content creation. And I'm not going to tell you I'm an expert in that because I'm still fighting and struggling trying to get my numbers up. So, those that can do, those that cannot teach. So it's easier for me to teach than it is to do. I can tell you how to do it better than I can do it myself. And even Marie, you call yours chatty. Okay, that's cool. Citizen Kane, there you go, Leslie. Rulers. Jenny, you asked about the rulers before. Be a little bit more specific because my AI told me that was too broad. So give me, drill it down a little bit. What specifically do you want? Because I mean, it's a zillion different types of rulers, and I'm not a ruler expert, but for me to give you useful information, it would be helpful if you can um, break it down to, quilting rulers, dressmaking rulers. What kind of rulers are you? Rulers in centimeters? I don't know. It's so many different kinds of rulers out there. So break that down, Jenny. Because like I said, I did present that to. Okay, you all are subscribing to these people's channel. That's perfect. That's good. Good, 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 good. Let me see. Pondexter. Leslie, you're killing me. You're killing me. Well, you're gonna have your 100 before you leave here tonight. I can see that, which is going to be great. So, Marissa, quilting rulers. Okay. That should kind of hopefully. Oh, let me see. Teddy, Freddie, John, Robin subscribe. You should have your 100 now. I think 3 people so far have subscribed. And Eva, what is your channel? Did you tell us what it was? Because I see people going there. So what did I miss? Did I miss the name of your channel? So I can go on there and subscribe as well. Is that your channel, your name, Eva Marie Bradley? Is that your channel? Okay, Eva Marie Bradley, I think. So I can go ahead and subscribe. So you guys, like I said, give me one more topic. One more topic. And then I'll have something to talk to my guy. And I'll tell you guys next week what his name is going to be. I don't know if I have your channel, Eva. So I put in Eva Marie. Is it something else? Eva Marie Bradley? Do you Eva Marie T. Bradley? Is that what it is? Because for some reason it did not come up, and I don't know why. That's kind of weird. Something should have popped up. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I get this Natalie Eva Marie. I don't know if that's you. Is that you?
The WWE recently fired 18 wrestlers from their.
Mm-mm. Okay. Highlight what she typed. Okay. I'll find it. I'll find it because I can't do that on. I keep putting in Eva Marie Bradley, and for some reason it's not coming up. I don't know why that is not coming up on my thing. That is weird because that's what I put in. Don't know why that's not coming in. It should come up, but it does not. That is weird. Weird, 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 weird. Don't know. Well, I'll find it eventually. Eventually I will find it. But let me see. You should have your 100 by now, I think, which is good. Okay, you said no sound. That's probably because I was too far away from the mic. That's probably why you didn't hear me. So don't worry about it. Cindy says she has it on all the time when she's at home. And Angela, see you next week. The one that's coming up is Eva Marie Bradley. Yeah, you are missing the T. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, it is after 9, and tomorrow's a work day for me. So you know what that means. It is time for me to say goodnight to everybody. And Eva said thanks to everybody for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe to Robin as well, you guys, because she has a channel. She's Robin Quilt Basket. So that's her channel name, Robin's Quilt Basket, one word. So subscribe to her. Miss Joy also has a channel. So don't forget her. And Miss Joy said, no, it's only 7 o'clock. You and Marissa must be out on the West Coast. I'm in Central Time, so it's 9 o'clock here, and then I know there are people that are at Eastern Time, and it is 10 o'clock there. So that's how it goes. Herbert, somebody said name my AI Herbert. Do I want to call him Herbert? I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. And Danielle said, you gave me a topic. You can give me another one. And Carol said, my guy. That's what I've been calling him in, my guy. Hey, my guy, come on and do something for me. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Eva Marie, you said how to use AI in embroidery. That would be a great topic. I don't know the answer to that, even though my guy tells me that you can use AI in embroidery. I don't know. I think that's a little advanced for even me, but that's a good thing for me to think about. And even Maria is going to subscribe to everybody that has a channel that she's aware of, so that's great. And Danielle, I didn't see that. Here is a top. What your brand of sewing machine says about you. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. What does your brand of sewing machine says about? Now, are you specific on brand or type? Because I don't know. What does your brand? That's interesting. Okay. All righty then. That was good. And hi, Dia Smith. You came on. I forgot to say hi. Thank you for stopping by. Let me see. Let me see. Is there anything else that I want to address before I get off of here? I think we hit all of the high notes. Shucks, Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll, no, not him. How come we don't see Danielle? Where is that Danielle not on here? She's she's on here. We can't see Danielle. I don't know. You have to ask Danielle that. But she's on here. Don't worry about it. Anyway, ladies and any gentlemen that might be out there, I'm going to go ahead and say good night to everybody. Thank you guys for stopping by. This was fun. I enjoy you all as always, and we're going to go ahead and shut down for tonight. And I'm going to look at all of these different uh, and Cindy said you have to be careful with AI. Leslie said, Dr. High, you do. Thanks for bringing it up. And that's like I was saying, check things out. You can't take everything for face value, and be careful of the things that you ask AI. Some people have been using AI for not so good things. And AI does not have a soul or morals or discernment or anything like that, which is good because we don't want it to have that because it's still a concept. It's computers. It's a program. But because it doesn't have discernment and stuff, if you ask it a bad question, it's going to give you an answer. And it will answer questions and tell you stuff that may not be beneficial to you. So be very careful. If you're going to use AI, use it for good, use it for information, but don't take it as 100% gospel because it does make mistakes. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say good night. And yes, we will be meeting tomorrow night. And I have completed all 9 of my quilt blocks. Now I have to sash it, sandwich it, quilt it, bind it, and I'll be done. So I still should be done on time. All right. Good night, everybody. Take care.